like a extraterrestrial.
Doctor?
Like I don't belong. I feel like I don't belong. Like I don't belong. I feel like I don't belong. Extraterrestrial. 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 Like I don't belong. I feel like I don't belong. Like I don't belong. I feel like I don't belong. Extraterrestrial. 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 Like a extraterrestrial. Extraterrestrial. Like I don't belong. I feel like I don't belong. Like I don't belong. I feel like I don't belong. Extra.
What's going on, y'all? Welcome to another edition of the BTSI Show. I'm your host, Christopher J. Thank you guys for tuning in. And this is the 36th installment of Get It Off Your Chest. Thank you guys for pulling up. Simulcast, Facebook, YouTube, X, and we are on TikTok Live. Good morning, people. How y'all feeling? Do me a favor. Oops, almost had it right the first time. Like, share, subscribe. Follow me on my social. Links are located in the description. Participate, waive all rights to privacy. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Once we reach that goal, one lucky person will get $100 during the Cash App giveaway. TikTok. As soon as I get 1,000 followers, same thing goes for you guys. $100 for the YouTube, $100 for you guys. Cash App giveaway. So, all right. How does it play? You must know that. You need to pay attention to this stuff a little bit more often. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, this is Get It Off Your Chest, 36th installment. Ooh, here's what's going on. I wanted to do this last night. I was just knocked out tired and I just couldn't get to it. Yesterday I was in a room and the conversation was, why do non-marriage minded men want to be with marriage minded women? And just for the quick answer for that one, someone give a good answer. Marriage minded know their position, so it's easy to fuck over them. So that's one. That's I can somewhat read between the lines and do a deep dive in that. That I understand. My answer was real simple. Non-marriage minded people are dependents, childs, and childs wants the attention of an adult, which is a marriage minded person. So good morning, how you doing? And yes, Jada, I'm here with you guys. I'm also on TikTok as well, so doing the whatchamacallit. Um so yeah, the non-marriage minded people, the reason why they want to be with marriage minded non-marriage minded men, that was the conversation. The reason why they want to be with marriage minded women, for the simple you receive a warning for your first. Sorry, y'all. I don't know why I got hold on. It's less severe. Okay, I was on TikTok Live, but I don't know what happened. Your first violation won't be counted as a strike, and only as multiple strikes may lead to the count ban attempts. Yeah, I would like to know what it was, but okay, I'll figure that in a minute. So, see, TikTok, man, they be Jesus Christ, they be tripping. Okay, yeah, we're gonna have to do a appeal because I ain't do nothing fraud or fraud or scam. I ain't do nothing like that. But here, let me get back to this. They what's what I'm looking for? The moderator, the person running the room, asked this one guy a question. I'll paraphrase. How easy is it for you to be marriage minded now, given that you used to be uh, a gay man in the past? And this was after me and Amber, shouldn't have said her name, but oh well. That's when me and Whatchcott was having a back and forth. Oh yeah, and that's another thing. Sidebar. You're gonna know if I, I'll say they get mad at me. Oh well. Deep down, you know you're the smartest person in the room, and you're dealing with some people who are not probably intellectually on your level. You need to be prepared to let them go. You need to be prepared to let them go, because the fact that you're mentally superior than them, and they elect to remain um, at a particular ceiling that is a lower level frequency than you, it's okay to walk away and let them know like y'all not y'all not edifying like y'all should say y'all are. So just I'm just gonna go ahead remove myself. But let me get back to the conversation. The moderator of the room asked this one person a question. I'm not gonna say she called him out or whatever, but asked him how easy how is it for you to be marriage minded since you had a gay past? Threw everybody off, and the man explained himself. He used to be homosexual. He the time he realized he was homosexual was 5 years old. His story was he watched the episode of General Hospital, and there was a scene, a lovemaking scene in the tub. He saw how the woman was being loved, and he said he wanted to be loved like that. So he patterned his movements after a female. And let that be a sidebar, ladies and gentlemen. Please be, please monitor what your kids are watching. Monitor what you're watching. Just because they're watching some scenes between one man and one woman, it doesn't matter. Please watch what your kids watch because of that. And also, he also threw in the idea that girls or women receive more love than men. And the best example he give, which I could agree with, if a girl falls down on the ground, Bolo, peace and blessings, how you doing? If a girl falls on the ground, they will pick up and like, oh, it's okay, don't it's okay, it's gonna be okay, you're gonna be okay. If a boy falls on the ground, hey man, stop all that crying, get up and wipe your tears. And I was like, oh yeah, that is very much accurate. As a man, I can tell you that yeah, quit all that crying. Get up and dust yourself off. Uh Brother Cassine, good morning, man. They're just looking for sex in the beginning and are increasing their chances of a long term relationship if it goes well. Most of the time, she choose not to stay because he lacks more attributes. Hmm. Okay, that is, I like that. I like that. Why do marriage minded men not? Why does non marriage minded man wants to be with marriage minded women? Ladies and gentlemen, that is a great answer. I like that. I like that. I'm gonna sit with that one. I'm definitely gonna sit with that one. Now with this brother, um, that happened, and so he was gay for I don't know how old he is now. All I know is he gave his life to Christ. He's been married for 13 years to his wife, and they got two beautiful children. Now, so it's safe to say that he's been saved. He gave his life to Christ 13, at least 13 plus years ago, and he was giving his testimony. Um, People kept asking him questions, and I have to give him, ladies and gentlemen, you have to give people credit because that is a difficult spot to be in. To number one, answer questions about your past and just go through those dark moments. I'll give him credit. I'll give him credit for that because at any time he could say that's none of y'all business. But one thing he said is his life is a testimony, so he's not running from his past. If you ask him a question, he will answer it, and he will tell you this is where I was, this is where God brought me from, and this is where I'm going in the future. Totally agree with that. I respect that. Now, was the room all peaches, creams, flowers, that type of stuff? No. One thing you had in that room was there's some people who was came on the stage. They called him out of his name. They called him, forgive me, y'all. No, let me not go down that road. No, I'll be respectful. I'm quoting. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm about to say something extremely offensive to the LGBTQI community. I'm just giving you guys context. Someone hopped on the stage and called him a faggot. Some people hop on the stage and say, once you're gay, you're always gay. And it went from there. That brother did not fold not once. He he sat there. He understood what was coming, but he stuck to the task that God put ahead of him. It was bad. It was very bad uh, uh, yesterday. But ironically, that wasn't the worst part. Believe it or not, the worst part was when people who claim to be a part of body of believers, they there's this one brother. He said, and he might be he well, I'm not on IG Live, although I forgot to put it up. He was questioning him. He said, because he's like, do you still have urges? Are your urges still there? And he said, no. My urge, I do not have no. He does not have no urges to sleep with the same sex. Now, this person who claims to be a believer, and I'm not. Let me not say claims. He, if he's a believer, he's a believer. Let me not be disrespectful. He said he pretty much challenged him because he said prior to giving his life, or prior to him to being saved, he used to sleep with all types. He used to sleep with all types of women. That was his preference, and most of us know what preference we're talking about. He said he still has those urges to this day. He's married. Maybe he has kids or not. I'm not 100% sure. But he said he still had those urges. Now he doesn't give into it, which is great, by the way. But he said, if I still had these urges, you still had those urges to sleep with the man. So how can you come on here and say you don't have any urges at all? And he said, brother, I don't have any urges. I really don't. So here's why I did get it off your chest this morning. Your walk with Christ is completely different than my walk with Christ. My walk with Christ is different from those brothers' walk of Christ. Meaning, I cannot hold you to the same desire. Gerald, good morning, man. I cannot hold you to the same standards or the same problems that I'm going through. If I'm going through it, that means everybody going through it. You don't know you don't know what his or her conversation with God is. You don't have any type of insight of what that could possibly be. You don't. I have struggles that I'm going through as a believer. That doesn't mean God. That just all that means is that's God knows where I'm at right now, and me and God are going are getting me to a particular destination so I can get there. Somebody who's been probably saved longer than I have, or probably been saved for probably just for a minute, might be better off on their path with Christ than I am. And I'm okay with that. I'm not offended. I'm not ashamed because my battle is with that person in the mirror, but in that mirror, God is right behind them. And we are working together. I don't I have how can say this respectfully? I have an issue with people saying if I can't do it, you can't do it. Do all things with possible do all things are possible with God. I'm probably steps ahead of you. You just don't even know it. Or quite frankly, this open the door for to say, how's your walk with Christ like if you're still battling with certain desires? Are you really giving it to Christ or are you still holding on to it? Maybe that's why you haven't progressed because God is telling you, let it go, and you're saying no. And to add insult to injuries, what you're doing is you're using Bible verses to try to do a aha, got you moment. And I posted a quote from the chat. I forget. Uh, it's a famous one. Um, I would be a Christian if it wasn't for the Christians. That's a Gandhi quote, ladies and gentlemen. That's a Gandhi quote. Real fake doesn't matter. Just I know some people are going to try to discredit it, but listen to that quote. I'd be a Christian if it wasn't for the Christians. Meaning, people are trying to get to God, but you had these certain gatekeepers who wear the clock, who wears the shield of God, and it's keeping them away. I'm I myself is always going to have a problem with those type of Christians. There are people who wants to get out of this hell that they're in. People want a better life, and they know there's a better life, and they found a better life. There are some Christians who are trying to keep them where they're at. How's that fair? People are too quick to point fingers at everyone else instead of doing the work on themselves first. Facts. All facts. We should be rejoicing that when certain when people used to live a certain lifestyle that's not pleasing to the Lord, and they're in a much better place, that should be a celebration. Think about it. It is June. It is Pride Month, and on Pride Month, we got a testimony of how somebody used to be part of that lifestyle, gave his life to Christ, and now he's in a better place now. Married, wife, uh, kids. And matter of fact, some people try to say, what's what I'm looking for? Are you're embarrassing your wife by telling this story? Like you're not protecting her. And while people are overhand clapping, shaking, snapping fingers or whatever, his response was beautiful. He said, "Dude, my wife tells this story more than I do as a testimony." Silence. And they try to brush over that, and I had to come off the mic and say, "Hey, y'all, he said his wife is cool with it. Matter of fact, his wife goes on, whether it be TikTok Live, IG Live, or whatever interview, and says, 'This was my husband's life. This is where he is at right now. And I'm proud of my husband.'" Because, truth be told, if you, especially get married now as a Lord, if something goes wrong, it's not on the partner, it's on you. And that's between you and God to figure out. Your partner's going to be chilling because they're protected by God anyway. But we'll talk about that later. The wife is protected. The wife is comfortable. The wife is resting in her spirituality, in her position as a believer in Christ, and you can even throw her femininity in there because I know that's a word that people want to use in space to probably to imprison women in. She's good in all three aspects. So you have nothing to use against him. You have no weapons to pierce this man with because he likes, like I said, he is strong in his faith, so much so that he's not afraid of his past. He is strong in his faith, so he has no reason to be ashamed of his past. I thought that's what testimonies are. Some people say they're Christian. Well, let me just say this. They're not going to go. What's your relationship with God like? Focus on that first before you focus on somebody else. Focus on your relationship with God first before you focus on somebody else's. Because I promise you, you get that right, everything else will be fine. Trust me, I that goes for me too. Me and my friend was having a conversation the other day, and granted, the night that her and I was talking, I don't know why I was in that mental or state or emotional state, whatever word you want to use. But the next morning, I was went to sleep, had a clearer head. I was reminded of something of the same, and this might need to come back in 2024. Do y'all remember WWJD? What would Jesus do? That needs to come back because in that room yesterday, what would Jesus have done if he was in that room? I can tell you one thing: people who wore the jacket of being a Christians, Jesus would have lit them up because Jesus is going to say, "You're not going to represent me and behave like this." So salute to that brother. Um, I continue to pray for him and his family on his walk with Christ. And also, I have to, although I was very, very disappointed in some of the people in that room yesterday, I got to pray for them as well that God is able to touch them, correct them, and put them on the right path that they need to be on. Because that was very, and I mean very uncomfortable to watch. Like, you hear stuff about, um, you hear stuff about Christians acting a certain way that's not pleasing to God, and I might have heard or witnessed it from here and there. Yesterday was clear as day. It's like, nah, this is a glaring proof that some people got a lot of work to do. And I mean, a lot of people, really, a lot of people got a lot of work to do. But it's I got 25 minutes to get out of here so I can go to work. So, ladies and gentlemen, do me a favor, like, share, subscribe, follow me on my social links are located in the description. Oops. Participant waive all rights to privacy. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Once we reach that goal, one lucky person will receive $100 during the Cash App giveaway. Thank you guys for tuning in. This is BTSI Show. I'm your host, Christopher J. Talk to you guys later. Peace out.
It's a mess, but hey, don't even worry about it.